Alright, I'm here at the Adams Gap Trailhead, Talladega National Forest. Here to do the Sky Pin Chin Loop, Skyway, Pinhoti, and Lake Chinnabee Trail. It's about 17.5 miles. Early April 2026. It's about 17.5 miles. Probably going to do it in one night, possibly two, most likely just one. And things are greening up like spring, so should be a nice trip. About to get underway. Let's go. Looks like we've made it to the crossing of Barbary Creek. It's looking a little low for April, but we have been in a drought in Alabama. It's a really big campsite over there across the creek. I've actually camped there with my son before. Nice pool down there below that bluff. And we'll take a little small break and keep going. I think our trail goes up the hill there. Moving away from Barbary now and go up the ridges between here and Hubbard Creek. So next stop, Hubbard Creek. Still on these bridges between Barbary and Hubbard Creeks. I haven't said anything, but obviously last year or this winter they did a controlled burn out here. It's pretty in here with all these ferns, even on this sunny hillside. It's warming up. It's supposed to be in the high 70s today. I don't know why I wore pants. Whenever I do stop to get water, I'm changing clothes into shorts. Still dropping down to Hubbard. It's quite a bit further than I thought it was going to be earlier. Went at least a mile further down the trail before it started losing elevation. Or maybe not that far, but at least a half a mile. Well, here we are, coming into Hubbard Creek. I'm going to take a sit-down break now, as soon as I cross the creek. All right, all packed up, back on the trail, climb over this ridge up here to the right, get down into the other watershed and go up it. I decided to leave my pants on instead of changing into shorts, because I did find one tick on me during my lunch break, so maybe he's the only one. And keep my pants on. All right, let's go. Descending down to the Chinnabee Lake area. Gonna have to look at maps when I get back, because it's Chinnabee Lake and it's the Chinnabee Trail, but it's Cheaha Creek that comes off the mountain way back that way. It's Cheaha Creek that crosses the road. It's Cheaha Creek that goes over Cheaha Falls upstream of Devil's Den, and it's Cheaha Creek that goes through Devil's Den that we're about to walk through. So I don't know at what point it becomes Chinnabee Creek, maybe below Chinnabee Lake. But if so, then why name the trail back up towards the ridge Chinnabee? Obviously, I need something to think about. Alright, we'll check in when we get down there. Still dropping down. There's a little side creek coming in. Not much water, but Sure is getting steep. Be fun to just walk up this drainage. Alright, I have made it down to the creek. Some people down here I've seen through the woods already. I'm going to cross to the other side and go upstream. Excellent. Alright, just filtered some water back on the trail heading upstream to Devil's Den, which is a series of waterfalls. I've also heard it referred to as the Alabama Six-Pack. There have been many throngs of people heading upstream in life jackets and towels and swimsuits, so I think it's going to be quite populated. I may not take too many pictures. Definitely not going to dilly-dally. We'll see what we see. Alright. Well, there are a lot of swimmers. Somewhere there's going to be a lot more because I saw more people heading upstream. So we'll go up there and check it out. Yeah, we're a couple of drops upstream from most of the people. All right, I've climbed away from the main creek and circling around through these little hollers and back, trying to get back to one of the forks of the creek. And I probably will start looking for camp, because at that point I wouldn't be but about a mile from the road that I'll cross tomorrow. I don't want to camp anywhere near that, but I want to be back on the main creek where I camp to have water. I'd like to soak my feet in the water and splash it in my face right now. All right, we'll see what happens. Coming up on Cheaha Falls, just past the shelter behind me, which is up on a ridge. Not necessarily convenient to water. There were a couple of guys there, so I kept rolling. There's definitely some day hikers and swimmers down here, but I am most likely going to find myself a spot. Maybe downstream or upstream, but somewhere soon to lay down. I believe I've come far enough today. Alright, so the main falls are right down there. There's a few folks down there still, some day hikers. I'm gonna go upstream, find a camping spot. There's a really big ass one right there, but I'm gonna go further upstream than that, find something more small and intimate. Might have a peek down there to see if there's some good ones down there. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, I've found suitable lodging. The falls and main trail are down there, about 150 yards or so. Found this little spot. I believe I will take it. There was another nice one on the way down, but the creek was super deep. And this one is shallow and has rocks to sit on. A little sand. So I'm claiming this for tonight. Excellent. I'm gonna sit down and drink some water. All right, good morning. It's day 2. About to get started. Packed up. I don't know, it's maybe 7:30ish. About to finish packing the rest of my stuff and head off before it gets too warm. Day 2. All right, I'm out of there, heading towards the highway crossing and then the ridge, main ridge. I have to climb up it to get on the Pinhoti. It's pretty steep, and the last part's really steep. I'm not sure the status of the spring at the top. All the streams are pretty low, so I have filled 2 extra liters of water to carry up the hill in case there is no water up top. But it'll be better than not having any water when I get up there if the spring is dry. Two miles. I'm about 80% of the way to the top of the ridge, so not too much further, but it does get steeper. Well, for the most part, I'm on the ridge, and the stream is flowing, or the little spring. So, toted all that water up here for nothing, but that's okay. It's a good workout. Well, I'm up on the ridge. I decided to take a break before I go too much further. I'm already hungry again at like 10:30. I'm gonna have a second breakfast or early lunch. Do some ramen noodles with beef, with some meat shreds, premium dried pulled pork added, some soy sauces, and eat some chocolates and an orange, because I don't know why I'm carrying this heavy orange, but I did. Alright. Had a nice early lunch. When I was eating, I noticed that the tall trees, the canopy, hasn't even really leafed out up here yet. It's like going back in time to earlier spring. Alright, the junction. We came from there, down Chinnabee. Pinhoti southbound, Pinhoti northbound towards Cheaha State Park. That was Odom Scout Trail I was eating on over there. And we are headed southbound to Adams Gap. I think it's around either 5 or 5.5 miles. So most of it downhill at a level grade. Shouldn't take too long. Lots of azaleas up here, still in full bloom. It's really pretty. And the spring up on top of the mountain. Through a little laurel tunnel. Gives some nice shade. All right, it's approaching 2 in the afternoon. It has warmed up considerably, which I don't care for. But I did most of my hard hiking in the shade, so there's that. I'm coming to the end of the Sky Pin Chin Loop, whatever it's called. About a half mile or less to go to drop down to Adams Gap, where my truck is. It's been pretty fun. Wish it would have been a little bit cooler, but I have to come back in the middle of winter. All right. Until next time.